Hi everyone! Welcome to another video in my MA journey in NTC. I'm Shamari Ethan, and this is my personal philosophy of teaching. For my milestone 1 in GESE102, Personal Growth and Professional Development, under our Cluster Facilitator, Professor Crisaldo A. Belas. For a bit of context, I'm currently teaching at Lopez National Comprehensive High School in Lopez, Quezon, where I've been for the past 3 years. I teach Araling Panlipunan 10, focusing on contemporaryong issue. Initially, it was a challenge, as I originally pursued a bachelor's degree in mathematics education. However, as I grew more comfortable, I started to enjoy teaching this subject, and it became a passion. I appreciate how it allows me to contribute directly to our society by shaping responsible citizens. Perhaps this aligns with my teaching philosophy, which has influenced me as a teacher. Stay with me as I share how my core beliefs and educational theories guide my classroom practices. Teaching is like growing a plant. Just as the soil must be prepared to support growth, my teaching starts by creating a foundation that allows my students to explore their interests and engage hands-on. This approach encourages self-discovery and independence. I believe that every student has potential and should feel safe and supported in the classroom. Progressivism emphasizes the importance of student involvement in their own learning experiences. Choosing and placing the seeds must be done meticulously. Like I ensure that my students receive interactive and collaborative experiences that enable them to build their own understanding. Constructivism emphasizes that learning should be active and connected to the real world. As the sunlight and water help plants thrive, education equips students to grow into engaged and responsible citizens. I want them to care not just the current issues, but also develop sense of responsibility. I remind them that their efforts today are essential for building a brighter, more sustainable future. According to social reconstructionism, education should develop students' social awareness and responsibility. Finally, as every learner is unique as a plant, I value each of my students' diverse backgrounds, culturally responsive, and inclusive teaching. Each step in this educational journey may vary, depending on different factors, but one thing's for sure. I will do my best to guide my students reach their potential and flourish in their own ways. As a teacher, my ultimate goal is to inspire my students to continuously flourish and translate their learning into meaningful contribution that positively impact our country. I believe that education is a lifelong journey that empowers students to become resilient, compassionate, and critical thinkers who can thrive in an ever-evolving society. So I established a supportive and inclusive learning environment that empowers students to explore their interests, engage actively in their education, and develop into socially responsible citizens. Those who will embrace diversity and strive for a sustainable future. I will extend my role as their guide and supporter while my students navigate their learning paths. Engagement and empowerment are at the heart of my teaching philosophy. I strive to create opportunities for students to take an active role in their learning, encouraging them to explore their interests and passions. I believe that when students are engaged, they are more likely to retain knowledge and develop a love for learning. While inclusivity and respect for diversity dominates in my classroom, I recognize that every student comes from a unique background and brings their own experiences to our classroom. Hence, I am committed to valuing these differences, creating an atmosphere where all voices are heard and respected. This diversity enriches our classroom community and enhances the learning experience for everyone. For the impact of my personal philosophy and educational approach, particularly curriculum and lesson planning, I design activities prioritizing hands-on, inquiry-based learning and experiences. I design activities prioritizing hands-on, inquiry-based learning experiences by encouraging students to see the relevance of our lesson in a current real-world situation. These help learning experiences be more engaging and nurture students' curiosity and individual growth. As for the assessment methods, I utilize formative assessments as a key part of my teaching strategy. Quizzes and feedbacks help me monitor my students' progress, allowing me to adjust my teaching to meet the diverse needs of each student. Lastly, for the classroom management, I focus on setting a classroom atmosphere that is respectful and collaborative, where my students can express freely and comfortably interactions. By promoting open communication and establishing clear expectation, I encourage them to take responsibility for their behavior and contribute positively to the classroom and even in the community. My philosophy guides the methods, materials, and strategies I choose to use inside my classroom. Through a student-centered approach, constructivism, social reconstructionism, and multiculturalism class, I encourage active participation and collaboration, integrating real-world connections that empower students to see their role in society while valuing their unique backgrounds. Altogether, these principles help me deliver araling panlipunan lessons that aren't just informative but especially transformative. But it won't end here. As I gain more experience in the field, I foresee my philosophy evolving to adopt deeper understanding of diverse needs and classroom dynamics. With each interaction and challenge faced, I aim to refine my approaches by integrating new pedagogical strategies, embracing technology, and adapting to the changing educational landscape. After all, the art of teaching doesn't end because it is full of discovery. This has been Shemari Itan, a teacher dedicated to empowering her students to reach their full potential. Together, let's cultivate a love for learning and build a brighter future, one student at a time. Thank you for joining me.